also to ask our international organizations to postpone
the fixed costs of what we must look at, and plus a small variable for the small operations out of the subvention.
I just want to raise one extra point that
these athletes cannot get scholarships, they cannot be scouted. So these players need to be out there training, getting allowances so that they are seen by scouts. This is where they are taken up. Across other sectors vis-a-vis sports, you would leave sports untouched in that particular area. So my request to the chairman here is we can have this allocation for sports untouched because it's a small amount vis-a-vis the national budget and the national release. I would want to submit more, but I know there are so many people who want to trust you.
is that are actually within your consideration, you would not actually freeze. And I would like us to penetrate into those federations
yes,
and get inside.
Yes.
Secondly, there is also an issue. When we had the challenges of COVID and challenges of the last financial year, we sat in a meeting with the ministry, including the current PSST, and he assured us that please let us move across the financial years. In the following financial year, there have been provisions, there are these expectations. When it was actually very hot, we were actually advised borrow money and exist in the period, because in sport, if you don't do an activity today, the impact might last you 10 years. I'll give you an example. We have an under-17 team.
Like the gentleman said.
Exactly. We have an under-17 football team that was withdrawn because of financial, not getting what we should have gotten last financial year. This team had players who missed senior 4 examinations because the parents chose that I'd rather have my player as a footballer in terms of capacity building for this human being. Now, we have reached an under-20 generation. We are also pulling them out right now. This means it's a whole generation that somebody would have gone to school, because we look at education as the whole capacity building to ensure that Ugandans have built capital to be able to be productive in the economy. Now, sport is also a form of education that we have productive sports people who have been educated through a sports channel for them to be able to earn. People are earning millions of dollars not having seen a blackboard. So at this moment, when we just freeze, there is a generation of people. We are just cutting out and say, your future, your everything is out. And we are talking about over 70% of this population in this country being youth. And you are aware, the only area where we are controlling younger people of crime, of disease, as a special area in this way. During COVID, there was a natural cut and said there are no international travels. Now, you cannot have a national team that does not travel. Then who is it going to play against? International team, national teams play against national teams.
But during COVID, there was no playing.
No, no.
Remember that?
Yes, I'm developing the point that whatever was not played during COVID was actually not eliminated. No. It was later thrown back. And that's why we have had...
I explained that.
You explained that.
Yeah.
I had so many fixtures. So for me, when we are looking at sport, international travels are part, and they are not different.
Travel abroad is part of the sports.
Sports activity.
Sports activity.
It's not the way government would look at and say the ministry of people are traveling outside for sport, representing the country. You have to travel and go and compete.
Definitely. I fully agree with you. And I think what which makes then travel abroad issue.
First and foremost, it is important to appreciate that sports is productive, not consumptive.
Very good.
There is a lot of value addition. Only that the way the data in this country is captured, the economic statistics, is that sport
budgeting. Let's pay attention to the costs that must be in the subvention that comes from government to you. And I should imagine there must be a strategic plan, not just a haphazard way of doing things. There must be a strategic plan of sports development in this economy. Federation by federation by federation by federation. From there you derive the costs that go into that. And from there you derive the subvention, then that becomes part of the budget in order to inform the other side of the budgeting and planning and budgeting on what to do and how to respond in a coordinated manner and in a very strategic manner. So I do not know whether there is a strategic plan for sports development and
we have
that one.
Yeah.
Your sports under National Council of Sports is a subvention from government. One government is saying, let me contribute this to these institutions. And from that contribution, you continue managing the total budget. And on top of that contribution, they collect all this other money. We are at the point of budgeting. How do you expect to get money to run your associations in a financial year? That's a starting point on budgeting and planning. Of that, government is giving you only X, which is that little amount of money. The way you are talking is as if government is giving you all the money that you need to run your associations, which is a misnomer. No, but the way you are saying,
athletes have left for Cairo, and they are on scholarship from Africa Badminton Federation, Confederation, and IOC for them to qualify for Paris. So this is money that government has not contributed anything. We have athletes in India who are training, and they are also on a scholarship from the world body. And the way we get this money is not, they don't just speak.
no.
It's because of the progress we've made here locally.
That's what
So
you must
we,
say.
yes, and the other thing I want to say is that right now I think we are leaving this room with some of what they've called elite sport, getting hope that they are going to get some releases. But what about the rest of the like what? 41
for 51 federations.
50. No, okay, let's talk about the elite and then those that are
No,
not.
the discussion is for everybody.
Yes.
We are not excluding anybody in this discussion. That's why you are here.
That's encouraging.
It's very
So we also have to get some hope that we as the non-elite sports, we still functional, and we need to function, and we are also doing the same important job
Very good.
that the elite federations are doing.
Yeah. The message is the whole embodiment of the sport.
20 billions this year, which means you are planning it up. Yes, I'm thinking the government will always government. They try to budgeting, they try to take my end to take one. Sports your move, where about that I know.
So let us take it as it is after a financial year. When a financial year.
But we have $1 billion more structure plan is a phase of that. But to tell the world, the English of to government no without being at social raising a half. So we have a day, a example of at least man to become wings in especially national teams. We never structures in China for two days ago, but national team belongs to the government. Because once Uganda does failed, government fails. Together engagements and that is what I but the government government to national team. Tusobola okukola ebirala byonna tugezaako okubezawo mu clubs tugezaako okukola ebiki staffing atema naye national teams ezo obuvunanyizibwa bwazo so ate mujugire tulinako ne fines zebatukuba kugeza nga luno bakamala tufayininga dola nga $3,500 okulemererwa okuparticipatinga mu Africa University Championship tetunazisasula kyokka tulina engagement endala ya World Cup egenda okubeera enipo by next month. Ne kimalamu essuubi okulaba nga nesaawa eno tewannabaawo essuubi yonna eraga nti oba ddala minisitule netuukiriza ekyo kyerina okukola okulaba nga ebibiina biyambibwako bitulina engagements naye ezimu ku zino major tournaments zetubeeramu ojja kwekanga nga zitwala ebbanga ddene emyaka ng'ena okomawo rotating okukola ki okukomawo then nesuubira aba authorities nalyo olina oddimanya nti omwana waalima okugenda oyinza omwagala by next time nga takyasobola kukolera ekyo nga kyalina kukolera ng'eggwanga so it's unfortunate naye essuubi lyetufunyewo nti abakulu bakyagenda mu maaso n'okwogerezanya maybe within 10 days or 2 weeks osanga wayinza okubaawo ekikyuseeko kubanga gavumenti ebadde nga neetalaba sports nti ali mu kisiikirize ddala nti naye alina kyasobola okuyamba ku ggwanga naye nga akimanye gavumenti erina okimanya nti abavubuka nga ate abasinga bali ba-authorities bakola ebitundu 7 ku buli kikumi $1,015,000 naye twali tutuuse ku mbeera nga twetagamenyo 8 kubanga ne federation nayo ngera we tubadde twogera naye erina okunoonya amakubo amalala mwejja akasente naye ekisumuluzo ekisembayo nekigaana because ffe mukola byonna byonna nemukampinga nemukola biki nemukola zituwa nemukola kyokutegeka tiimu ezo zonna sente ziba muzikozesa ku federation ngera bagaa nti kooti esooka teyali lizingiwa kasente so nekyo nekitulemerera this time around twetaaga myezi 185 ogenda ne paawa ate ekyo tukikola ngera emulaba otwogera ku enkonome muyekanome tusuubira okutambula n'ekibinja nga ky'abantu 15 naye nga tulina version nyingi nnyo ez'okuzannya tuyinza okumalayo akabanga nzennaku nga 10
tetufunye promise eno oba tetufunye na sente zino tiimu tulina ozijja mu mpaka because tubadde straight nti emyezi 6 bwe mulabye mubadde mu competitions nyingi abawala national team ng'esamba Algeria, Niger awo wonna wonna tewabaddewo funding mpaka olwaleero beach soccer tiimu zikyagenda mu maaso so tetubadde tulina okukola kibadde kyakujja mu tiimu kubanga tetusobola kuspendinga kye tutalina naye wetwogeraziganya ne ministry ne batuwa assurance katusuubire nti ebivaamu birungi abannayuganda basuubire nti tiimu zaabwe n'abasambi tujja kusigala nga tulunga
because otunulira subvention sente zafulumye okuva mu finance zibadde zikyali nti batuwadde billioni 2 mu milioni 3 okubanga zidukanya ebyemizanyo byonna byonna mu ggwanga kudda lwa federations so nga tugezako okwekubira omulanga nti maybe batongeremuko kasente so meeting egenza okuggwa nga PSST asabye national council etuule wamu ne ministry basobole okufuna fixed costs zetwetaaga ffe nga federation okwekizitinga mu mbeera eriwo right now nga kyebasinza okutulaga nti waliwo inflation yamaanyi nnyo sente teziriwo mu ggwanga so baga basoke tubeeriko ne kasurvive akatono until maybe kwoteddako naye era tujja kweyongera okutula ne bannaffe federations era kwa kirungi kati tuli wamu ffenna ffenna twongere okuba nga tufuna engeri yokwongera okwengekinga mu ministry okugiraga obweta nakwati twetaaga nnyo sente because sente nkiwantu bweziri naye kati ofcourse ngaomuntu aba atema anoonya ani gwembaka lyawani gwempa kino so tujja kwongera okwengekinga ne ministry
naye nze nga jjagwe njagala kusaba kanso buli bwobujja ku finance okupresentinga jangu naffe tolinda kutomera kisenge tolinda crisis ogwero twakimusaba dda naye lwakuba ye oluusi abeera ne confidence ze naye olwaleero atomedde nga gundi entewe neyingira seminti weti nagaa naye mujje owulira kakati gundi bwajja kakati tetumugamba nti owaayo ogwero tuzze tukubeereddewo yatusabye natugamba mujje nammwe munyonyola abantu bano bawulireko from your side kati tukitudde olwaliro nti dokita ogweri nyini yakoze eki yatugaye mujje and escort me nze ebintu byannemye mujje munyambe era tumubeereddewo owulira era tumugamba nti please going forward tuyite tujje tutulenga n'abantu bano naye parliament mu kulowooza kwayo ne approvingako billion 47 billion naye kati bano ne 47 nazo kwezo 47 eza federation kuliko 38 kati kwezo 38 balirizinzeeko only 2.3 billion naye nga tejjukira waliwo federation ate national council yali eyambyeko aliya kati nga rugby n'ab'omupiira simanya nani omulala kati kwezo 2.3 national council ate erina okujjako 1.8 zeyali ebawaddeko already kitegeeza national council esigaza miliyoni 0.5 billion zokka for the whole sector ya sports ekitasobokera ddala naye kwegamba nti sente zino zebatugambye bagenda kuddamu batunule balabe meka zebasobola okwongerako. That is good news actually. Era bebale nnyo era kye tusaba ffe nga ba federation leaders bongera tuyita mu meetings zino ne national council yongera okutambula naffe tutambula wekka kati olwaliro bagetinze star kale bajjukire okutambula naffe naye nga twabasabadde tutambulire wamu twabasabadde not once not twice mirundi esatu si mirundi etaano twabasabadde tutambulire wamu n'ekintu ekyo kyabalema okutegeera kati bamaze kukoona kisenge nga tewali gye badda ne bagamba naye mujje tutambulire wamu okitegeera naye twali twakibasabadde.
That is the good news.
Maybe how much have you requested?
I have in total requested for 14.2 billion, but Treasury cannot give us all the money. So we're reviewing to see the priorities from the priorities of each of the federations that we have to consolidate and present. That is the point.
This is a turning point.
I looked forward to a meeting of this nature many years past, but I got this opportunity that the PSST understood. I've been in these offices for the last 1 week, bargaining for the meeting to take place. Because I feel, one, I must move with the leaders of sports in this country, because they do the implementation matrix for us. They're the ones running the various sports disciplines, the 51. So that they understand also the challenges of my office. Because if I don't provide direction, I don't provide solution to their problem, then definitely I must get to the next stage where I involve the Treasury to first give some of the reasons government is advancing, why the expenditure has been cut for across governments. It's not on the sports subsector, it's across the entire government system. So, and the reason has been explained. It's inflation, and no government will sit when there is escalating inflation in an economy. That is the first thing, it's like a cancer, which has to be fought. So, in that direction, it doesn't mean that we should also look at sport as not productive in the circumstance. Because the other aspect of thinking is that sport is consumptive. But we're also presenting a case that sport actually is productive. It is actually a solution to the problem of government in a way that it can, if we are given the money, we're going to galvanize. For example, football, I say, they have been now put in the large income tax bracket for payment. Where have they and why have they arrived there? Possibly because of the contribution they are making. That you others look at them as a potential source of revenue to government, because they're employing many youth. They are doing contractual obligations. Many sponsors are giving them money. These are trickle-down effects. So it's the dividends that come with it. So that justifies